Hey, how's it going? Mr. Deadman here of Hard Talk Radio, and let's talk Mortal Kombat 2021. Oh, Mr. Deadman, this isn't a horror movie, is it? I mean, depending on who you ask, it is pretty horrible. I'm not going to be that guy. Look, I grew up with Mortal Kombat. I enjoy the games. I grew up in the 90s. I enjoyed the first Mortal Kombat movie. It was cheesy. It was complete. It was a complete cheese fest. Come on, you have to admit that. So what about this one, this new Mortal Kombat 2021, which had a pretty convincing trailer? It's a video game movie based on a video game that has a ridiculous story. So what do you think? How do you think this is? The movie starts off 16th century Japan. You have a character who's going to be Scorpion. I wasn't really all that aware of Scorpion's backstory or Sub-Zero's backstory because he enters the scene too. And I never really cared in the video game about their backstories. I just thought they were cool characters. But I will say this movie opens with a cool scene, a cool setup. It had me convinced that maybe there's a solid story here. Maybe there's a chance for it. No. The movie rushes very quickly with the setting up the premise, and just like it's one of those movies where if you look down on your phone for like 10 seconds, you look back up, you will be completely lost. Be like, what? They're in a completely different place. What are they doing now? This makes no sense. It is like there's no stopping or breaking for anything, and some people like that. You don't be like, okay, so is it very intense? It's not even that. It's just the movie doesn't really establish characters. You don't really feel for the characters. You don't really care about the characters. The only reason why I was watching the movie at that point, about 30 minutes in, was I want to see the fight scenes at this point. The story is horrible. They have elements that could have worked. Like the tattoo on people, they're born with it or whatever. They have to marking and they have to fight in the tournament, but the tournament never happens. In fact, if anything, there's fighting outside the tournament that's happening because that the bad guy is trying to cheat. What's his name? Shang Tsung. Mortal Kombat fans be like, you're not a Mortal Kombat fan. I grew up within the 90s. I played a few times. I don't have all the characters memorized. I will say you will see a lot of cool characters in this, though. Anyway. But, yeah, there's no real tournament. It's all the fighting's happening on the outside because they're trying to eliminate the characters to prevent a tournament, whatever, to just cheat or whatever. All right. It had a premise for a story that would work, but everything else is rushed as far as the characters and how the characters find their special power, if you will. It's all like super corny, super campy. The only strength about this movie is the fight scenes. That's it. That is the strength, the fight scenes. Of course, that's what it's going to be. That's what you expect in a Mortal Kombat movie. At least the fight scenes are good. And it does deliver there. It does deliver on the fight scenes. Let's see what else. Well, I guess as far as the characters go, there's one character that really comes to mind, and that's Kano. He steals the movie. He's the best part of the movie. Wisecracking, Irishman. Everything's a joke to him. In fact, there's times in this movie where Kano is pretty much saying what we're thinking about, like what's going on, like little jokes about how silly things are. You know what? Now I think about it. So does the main character. The movie follows this character named Cole. He's a new character in Mortal Kombat. He's pretty much us in the movie, I suppose. Like a new guy with all these characters, whatever. Anyway, but there's a part where they bring a Mortal Kombat and see how it's spelled with a K. It's like, man, they can't even spell combat correctly. It's like, okay, all right. So, what else? Oh, I like that they had Goro in it. I like that Goro looked okay. I mean, sometimes the CG kind of looked like Shrek, but sometimes it looked really good. I like that they had Reptile in it, but I did not like how. You know what? Actually, I didn't like Reptile. I gotta be honest here. I did not like how Reptile was. I like that he was invisible. I like how he was introduced there. I thought maybe he would take like a human form or whatever, like he has in the game, but no, that does not happen. It's just a CG reptilian thing or whatever. In the fight scenes, they do their moves, they do their signal, their signature moves, I should say, even their fatalities. So you have that. They had potential for something. Like, I'm telling you, like the first 10 minutes, first 15 minutes, you might think, oh man, okay, this movie might actually have potential, but they lost it along the way. And really, I think it's because they just rushed it. They just rushed it, and they could have just established these characters a little bit more, maybe focus more on Scorpion and Sub-Zero and kind of fill them out a bit, okay? And then at the end, you know, spoiler alert, Sub-Zero dies in like, not Sub-Zero, sorry. Scorpion dies in the very beginning of the movie. And then he comes back at the end because he escapes from hell. So that's it. He just escapes from hell and he fights. Okay. He could have done that at any time. He could have done that at any time in the movie. Oh, I escaped from hell just to fight you. All right. I mean, the story's like that. You know? But me complaining about the story in Mortal Kombat, what does that look like? I look like a fool, right? This is not going to win any sort of Oscar or whatever. This is not going to win any awards for storytelling. It's not going to win any awards at all. It's a fan service film delivering fan service stuff. That's what it is. And I think in that area, it did pretty well. Did pretty well. So, there's that. Not really a horror movie, but I had to talk about it. Have you seen Mortal Kombat? Let me know in the comments section down below what you thought of it. You guys, ladies, take it easy.